Have you ever sat down to draw only to realize you don't even know where to start? Do your sketches look kinda off, but you can't really figure out why? Hey everyone, I'm Zeba and welcome to Doodle Diaries, my little corner of the internet where I document my journey as a beginner artist. I'm all about learning, experimenting, and let's be honest, struggling with art. In today's video, I'll be showing you 5 must know drawing exercises for every beginner artist that can seriously improve your skills. These simple but powerful drills will help you train your hand, improve your control, and take your drawings to the next level. I've been practicing these myself, and trust me, they make a huge difference. Okay, let's start with the first exercise, ghosting lines. This is a super helpful drill for improving line confidence and accuracy. Here's how it works. Instead of just putting your pen down and hoping for the best, you hover over the paper first, tracing the line in the air 2 or 3 times. This helps your brain map out the movement before you actually commit. Then, once you're confident, you make the mark in one smooth motion. The key here is to use your shoulder to draw, not your wrist, not your elbow, but your shoulder. This gives you better control and smoother lines, especially for longer strokes. It might feel weird at first, but trust me, once you get the hang of it, your lines will look so much cleaner and more intentional. Also, try to join both the endpoints as much as possible. It may be difficult in the beginning, but I'm sure you will get the hang of it. Try to make the mark in one smooth stroke. If you go slow, your lines might end up crooked, and that's not how we want our lines to be. Once you're comfortable, try for more longer lines. You can also try making curves to take the game to the next level. I myself struggle on the curves even now, but that's what we are here for, practicing and improving together. Now let's move on to exercise number 2, circles and squares. You can obviously start by drawing simple circles and squares, even rectangles, to get warmed up. But we are going a step further. Instead of drawing just basic shapes, we are going to gradually rotate them to understand how they move in space. Start with a square in the front facing view. Then draw another one next to it, tilting it slightly. Keep going, tilting a little more each time until it reaches a full 90-degree rotation where it looks like just a straight line. But we're not stopping here. We are going to do this exact step but in the opposite direction. Now, we are going to apply the same logic with a circle. Begin with a perfectly round circle, then gradually start tilting it to the sideways. As it rotates, it will start to look like an ellipse, getting thinner until it's just a line at 90 degrees. Then we are going to do the exact thing in the opposite direction as well. This exercise helps train your perspective skills and spatial awareness, making it easier to draw objects at different angles. It might take a few tries to get smooth rotations, but keep practicing. It's surely super useful. Alright, now let's talk about the third exercise, contours. One of the best exercises for adding depth to your drawings. Start by drawing any random shape. It can be a blob or any abstract form. There's no right or wrong here. Once you have your shape, draw a central line through it. This acts as the spine of the shape. I forgot to draw mine here, so I drew it at the end. But try to make it just after you draw your shape. Now, the fun part, adding contour lines. These are curved lines that wrap around the shape, following its form. Imagine like they are rubber bands hugging the surface. The more accurately you place them, the more dimensional your shape will look. If you want to take it a step further, try adding branches extending from the main shape and apply contours to them as well. This will help train your understanding of form and structure, which is super useful for drawing more complex objects later. It's a great way to trick your brain to thinking into 3D. So, let's give it a shot. Also, one small tip, Don't draw your contour lines way too close to each other. This creates visual clutter and defeats the whole purpose of giving clarity. Now, let's take things a step further with bending forms. A great exercise for making your drawings feel more dynamic. Start by drawing a basic 3D shape, but instead of keeping it rigid, let's bend it in different directions, forwards, backwards, maybe sideways. The key here is to observe how the form stretches and compresses as it bends. Pay extra attention to the overlapping parts because they help show which sections are in the front and which are behind. For example, if a cylinder bends forward, the top curve might become more visible while the bottom edge gets partially hidden. I'm still in the struggling zone with this exercise, but we'll eventually level up together. Practicing this will train your eye to think in 3D and make your drawings look more natural and lifelike. It's super useful for sketching anything from flowing fabrics to animated characters in motion. So don't be afraid to push and twist those shapes. This is where the magic happens. Let's now talk about a game changer for making your drawings look more realistic: perspective. This helps us create the illusion of depth and space on a flat surface. Let's start with the basic one-point perspective. Easiest type to learn, and it is used when objects are directly facing the viewer. How to practice it? First, draw a horizontal line across your page. This represents the eye level. Now, pick a vanishing point anywhere on the horizon. Next, draw a square either above or below this line. This will be the front face of our cube. From each corner of the square, lightly draw guidelines connecting to the vanishing point. Now, decide how deep you want your cube to be and draw a back face using vertical and horizontal lines within the guidelines. And there you have it, a perfect cube in one-point perspective. Now for the two-point perspective, draw a horizontal line and mark two vanishing points, one on the left and other on the right. This is super useful when drawing objects at an angle. And by the way, this horizontal line that we are drawing, that's called the horizon line. So, draw a vertical line anywhere above or below the horizon. This will be the corner of our cube. From the top and bottom of this line, lightly draw guidelines extending to both the vanishing points. Decide how wide you want the cube, then draw two more vertical lines to define the edges. To complete the cube, connect the top and bottom edges of these new vertical lines back to the opposite vanishing points. There you have it, a cube in two-point perspective. Now, what if you want to look up at a skyscraper or down from a high tower? That's where three-point perspective comes into play. Instead of just two vanishing points, there's a third one, either high above or way below, depending on where you're looking from. Start by drawing the horizon and place two vanishing points, one on the left, other on the right. Now decide if you want a low angle, which means you're looking up, or a high angle, that is, you're looking down. If you're looking up, place a third vanishing point far below the horizon. And if you're looking down, place this vanishing point high above the horizon. Draw a vertical line. This will be the center of the object. From the top and bottom of this line, draw guidelines connecting to all three vanishing points. Then, just as we did previously, use these guides to sketch the remaining edges and complete the three-dimensional cube. And there you have it. These 5 powerful exercises might seem simple, but practicing them daily can massively improve your control, accuracy, and confidence in your drawings. The key is consistency. Just a few minutes into your drills every single day can take your skills to the next level. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps out the channel. And if you're on your own art journey like me, make sure to subscribe and turn the notifications bell on so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing, keep creating, and most importantly, have fun with your art. I'll see you in the next one. Doodles!